Hello, I'm Bob Cannon, your Township Supervisor, and today we're going to talk about the wonderful service organizations that we have here in Clinton Township and Macomb County that take care of a lot of different needs of residents that we have. And we're going to do two at a time because we don't have enough microphones to do them all at the same time. So Barry Osterber, the Clinton Valley Kiwanis, and Cindy LaGrasso from the Lions. We have many things that you do on a daily basis. So let's start with you, Barry. Tell us about your organization, the mission statement, and how you fulfill that mission.
All right. Kiwanis has been around for 100 years as of this year. It started in Detroit, so Detroit 1 is kind of the keystone organization of Kiwanis. And for 100 years, it's been a record of, first of all, business networking, which developed then into more of a community service organization, which morphed even more directly to children's activities and youth service around the world. I think it's all now in 92 countries. There's about 600,000 Kiwanians around the world. And so it's quite an international organization. The international project is called the Eliminate Project. It's for the purpose of eliminating maternal and neonatal tetanus.
Wonderful. And
it's been a 5-year project, and they've extended that to a couple more years so that it can be a little bit more complete in what we do. Locally, we have several clubs in Clinton Township alone. Clinton Township North, Clinton Township, and also our club, Clinton Valley. We're a small club. Most of the clubs in Macomb County are fairly small. We have 15 pretty active members, and that gets expanded by spouses and other family members when we have major activities.
Certainly.
The activities during the course of the year with our service leadership groups as well really focus on children and their needs in the county.
In our own county. As well as this nationwide or actually worldwide project that you have.
Right.
Okay, good.
The service leadership programs include Builders Club. We sponsor one at Richards Middle School. The Key Club, we sponsor one at Clintondale High School. And there are clubs that sponsor action clubs, which is for disabled adults, kids activities for younger ages as well, and then also in the colleges, Circle K. We focus on the Builders Club at Richards, and then the Key Club at Clintondale, and the leadership projects that can happen during the course of the year that we try to assist them with.
Okay, let me ask you, you have 3 clubs in Clinton Township, so people have a choice of what club to belong to. Sure. You probably each do something a little bit different, but wouldn't you be better off having one club that everybody belonged to?
Well, good point. I think there was one club to begin with, and they split off because of members that wanted to meet on different days.
Okay.
So we meet on Thursday mornings. We're a breakfast club. The Clinton Township group is also a breakfast club meeting on Wednesdays, and they've started an evening group as well. I can't remember when that Clinton Township North group meets. But anyway, we meet every week, and then our projects, of course, are special fundraising. So
that part of it is social, too.
Right.
You're getting together with people that you've done other things with, so you have probably become friends with this group of volunteers that help our community.
Yeah, some of them have been members together for 40 years and more. I've been a member about 25 years, so that means some relationships that happen over the course of
certainly
many years.
And where do you meet at?
We meet at the Pantry on Hall Road. Just
a wonderful new restaurant here in our community.
Yes, it is.
We were glad to see them come. They have another place over in Sterling Heights on Van Dyke that I used to go to when I was working in Sterling Heights years ago.
Yes.
So they're a great addition to the community.
Good food there.
All right. How did your group get started, and where do you meet, and what do you do? What is your mission statement?
Well, our mission statement is to serve. So we usually serve, we try and keep it local with the Clinton Township people, residents. Okay. What we do is we help provide eyeglasses and also hearing aids to the community. And those are the ones that are qualified. There's a certain amount of money that people have to make that we can help them out. What we do is we started back in 1993. It started off all women, and then it eventually.
So you let the
they allow
guys in?
Yeah, eventually the husbands or the boyfriends or significant other decided to join. Then right now we're active with 19 people. We've just finished up with the helping out with the Festival of Senses that was here locally in Clinton Township. We also like to do like the Christmas with the Santa Claus, the lighting of the Christmas tree. We do the Halloween that's coming up on the 13th. Then we're going to do Cops and Kids. I know that they changed that a lot. Now they moved it over to the police station on there. We kind of adopted McGlennon Elementary with Kathy, the principal. She is wonderful. We usually help them out with let's see, backpacks and any type of like pencils and pens and crayons or whatever they need. She gives us a number of how many people in her school need it, and we just provide it for them. Another thing that we do is that at Christmas time or Thanksgiving, she'll provide us with some families that she knows of that will need some help with baskets for food. Because we know that a lot of the kids are off like a couple days, and at that time they don't get the help like at school for lunches or breakfast.
So you've identified a target audience that you're helping specifically here in the township.
Yes. We only specifically, we try to keep it in Clinton Township, but like if there's somebody like, I know there isn't anybody in like Harrison Township, so we'll like extend out into that. If we can't help them, I know that one of the other clubs can help them too. But we mostly do hearing aids and eyeglasses, and we've helped probably over, I think our group right now, over 200 people right now with eyeglasses. Sometimes we'll help with the surgeries on the eyes too.
So it's people who are in need, they come to you, they have to qualify income-wise.
Correct.
And then they get on the list and you go to work and help them out.
Yeah. Usually it's no more than probably 30 or 60 days that we can help them. It's usually we try and get them in and out as fast as we can.
And you have referrals that come to you?
Yes, we do. We get referrals from everywhere, from other clubs, from people, from friends, from families, from businesses that say, hey, oh, I have somebody that needs some help. So we're more than happy to help the people that are in the Clinton Township area.
That's good. And where do you meet?
We meet over at Fern Hill Country Club, and we meet on the first and third Wednesday of each month at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock p.m.
p.m.
Very
We're
good.
a night group.
For those who haven't been to Fern Hill recently, you're missing something. The two guys that bought the place have really fixed it nice, and they have afternoon, like a bar, food thing that is very, very reasonably priced, and the hall has been renovated, the golf course has been renovated, so they have come in here and give it a nice shot in the arm, so I'm glad you're over there. So another great business in our community.
Absolutely.
How did you get started? Did you have somebody you knew in the club, or did you just decide you were going to be a volunteer and you picked this one?
Yes, I'm a retired clergy, so when I was active at Cross Lutheran Church in Clinton Township, I became acquainted with Jim Kessler at the Presbyterian Church in Fraser.
A wonderful man.
And he was president one year and invited me, and I was impressed with the speakers because at least once a month we try to have a special guest speaker to bring us, news about their organizations or about the community at large. So I became a member then. And then when I retired, they made me president. So I've been president the last couple of years.
They got you right in there. How about yourself? Fundraisers?
I got started. I had a significant other that was active in the Lions Club. I started off at Troy Noon, and we met at noon as a luncheon. So it was business people that got together at lunchtime, and you had 1 hour to get all your business and do what you need to do in that hour. And then eventually that kind of broke up because people got different jobs and not enough people were coming, so then I joined the Clinton Valley Lions Club. So I've been a member probably about 13, going on 14 years right now. And at the Lions Club, what I've done is I was secretary, I did the president, I did the vice president, and then I moved up into the district area and I did a zone chair, which means I go to the different clubs in the zone area. And that was always fun. You always get to see what type of things people are doing and what type of activities. Some of the activities that I know that we're coming up with is we're going to have a Halloween party coming up on the 23rd, which is going to be locally in Clinton Township. And it should be fun. We have Wolfman Jack, I think his name is, and a few other ones that from the old back scary times that they were on radio and TV that are going to be coming, and they're going to kind of like put it on for us. So it should be really fun.
Very, very good. Folks like you are my favorite kind of people because you're out volunteering, helping the community. And I talk about this all the time. The people who volunteer really get a lot of benefit personally, not just those people that they're helping. And oftentimes people who are volunteering for a specific group have been helped in the past by that group. Now, I don't gather that with either of you for here. It was a different reason that you got involved. Somebody encouraged you to come. In fact, I think that's probably the best way to do it, is to tell your friends, come on over and see what a good group we have and how much fun you'll have and how much you personally will glean from it. So I'm assuming you both have web pages. So all of the people who are going to see this.
Facebook page.
Facebook page.
I'm going to say Facebook.
Is that what it's called?
And, yeah, Facebook.
So anyone who wants to can go on and find out everything about your club, when you meet, how to join, which is very easy to join. I'm sure all they need to do is to come to a meeting or two to see if it's what they're interested in.
Absolutely.
And then you'll welcome them into your club and they can begin doing the things that you've been doing for quite some time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like Cindy mentioned, we had a booth at the Festival of the Senses too. And besides the gorgeous weather, it was just well attended, and people stopped by, were asking questions, and so we copied down some names and addresses and hope to follow up.
Oh no, we in Clinton Township, our township board, are very proud of our service organizations, and we know we're blessed to have you individually and as a group and collectively, all the different things that you do that we ourselves as a unit of government can't do. But most of us participate in activities in the clubs that you provide for us.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you'd like to end with so that the public out here knows what you do?
Well, just that we are very grateful for people like Joe Peruzzi, as well as yourself, Mr. Cannon, because of our flag project up and down Gratiot Avenue. That has worked out very well for us, and we put flags up during the 6 flag-waving holidays of the summer.
It's beautiful.
And that's been something that has increased a little bit each year. We have a few more members. We could probably increase it even more.
Oh, yes.
And that is a good fundraiser for us for children's activities and needs of the children of the community. And
very good. And I know what I've seen the flags going up. And it seems like some of the grandkids and kids are, I don't know if they're being dragged along, but they're getting involved in volunteering in their community. What a great way for them to do it.
Yeah.
And Cindy, how about yourself? Anything you'd like to end with?
I know that some people get a little confused, so I just want to make sure, because I know the Kiwanis and us, the Lions Club, we're all volunteers. We don't get paid to do anything. It's all volunteering. So if you have extra time, please come out, see what we're all about. I know he gave the time when he met, and we meet on the first and third Wednesday over at Fern Hill. And then we want to thank all the people that when we collect money from the White Cane, that all that money goes back into the community to help everybody. So we want to thank the people of Clinton Township. I'm
constantly amazed how generous our community is, and we're blessed. But also Southeast Michigan, for years and years, like you said, you started in Detroit. Detroit has been known for the different thons that have gone on through the years as being one of the most generous areas, even though times are not always real good in the Detroit area. So we're blessed for that. So thanks to both of you. We're going to talk to several other service groups, and we're going to put together a nice little show so those in our community and surrounding communities can see what we provide. So thanks. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And we're going to continue our theme of service clubs with Chris Howell from the Mount Clemens Rotary and Lou Moss from the Clinton Area Optimist Club. 2 wonderful ladies who head up the organizations who I've known for many, many years. And we're going to first talk about the Rotary. And maybe I did make a mistake on your name, because the Rotary has done something special for you.
Yes, okay, we'll hop right in there. Rotary in Mount Clemens is a service organization, and we do fundraisers every year. And last year, I was asked to be the chairman of our fundraiser.
Because you were going to be the president this year, which you are now.
Right. So, the thing about the Rotary Club's fundraisers is every year has to be better than the last year. So, and I had a fantastic party I needed to top, which was the Titanic, which did a beautiful job. And so we were sitting around, it's summertime, and we're trying to figure out what to do for our fundraiser. And I met and fell in love with a fellow Rotarian. His name is Brian Howell. He's a veterinarian up in Richmond with the Richmond Club. And we've been trying to get married. I was formerly Christine Mealy, for some of you might know me as Christine
That's exactly
Mealy.
how most of us know you.
Yes, yes. But Brian and I have been trying to get married, and it wasn't working. So we're at this meeting, and I said, why don't you could throw me a wedding. And the club
Great.
just went crazy. They came up with all kinds of wonderful ideas. We called it my big fat Rotary wedding. You had to buy a ticket to come to my wedding. All the gifts, all the proceeds went to charity. We had 430 people come to the wedding. We raised over, or you were generous enough to gift to the Rotary, over $50,000. Which then got back into the community, and in fact, the Rotary Club, since I've been tracking the Mount Clemens Rotary Club since 2007, has raised money from fellow citizens. About $500,000 have gone back into the community, and last year we supported McRest, Martha T. Berry, the Futures Foundation, high school scholarship funds, Care House, Poe High, United Way of Michigan, Hope Center, Care of Southeastern Michigan, the Mount Clemens YMCA, or Macomb YMCA, FAN, Henry Ford, Rotary International, McLaren, Kids Against Hunger, Turning Point, Baker College, and Macomb Literacy.
And we have a wonderful club of less than we had before, so we're still looking for new members. Can you show everyone the picture, which is in the major Rotary magazine that goes nationwide, because we are all very proud of you, and
well,
your picture is in there with your husband.
Yes. First of all, this magazine, it is very special. It has a circulation of 2 million. There are 200 countries represented in this magazine. This magazine is printed in 24 languages around the world, and it has a circulation of 2 million. And they put in their magazine, right up here,
Up front.
up front, a picture of our
Beautiful.
wedding.
And it's very difficult to get an article or a picture in that magazine, so that was wonderful for the club. And you keep saying the Mount Clemens Rotary because that's the name of the club.
Yes.
But it really is the Mount Clemens Area Rotary, and there are probably more people from Clinton Township in the club than any other community because we're so large. And a lot of businesses from Clinton Township, a lot of businesses from Mount Clemens, but it is a social club.
Yes.
It is a club where people exchange services, and it also is a club that raises a lot of money for a lot of causes, which you just went through. Now, you are not the only one I know in a club that met their husband in their service club. Lou, tell us about
the same thing. It was interesting to hear your story, Christine. I love that because it recalled the time when I met my husband, Dan Moss. He was an optimist in Colorado Springs. We met at an Optimist International Convention in Las Vegas back in 1996. We had a long-distance relationship for about 9 months, and then I imported him here to Michigan. And we got married exactly 2 years later on the 4th of July, 1998, and we spent our honeymoon at the Optimist International Convention in Atlanta, Georgia. So, you know, and we had similar beginnings in our Optimists past. So he had been a president. He had started his club, just like I started the Clinton Township Area Club. He was a lieutenant governor, very active in the statewide organization, and actually that was his second convention that he went to. So he, it's a wonderful story.
And there's more than just the two of you. You two stand out, of course, but Marianne Leone met her husband, a dentist who now is married to him.
Yeah,
It's worked
Tom
out very
Hosey.
well,
Tom Hosey.
for quite some time. And a lot of other people have become permanent friends, not just getting married, but through the organizations. And we do a lot together. I say we because I am an active member of both of your clubs and proud to be. But it's not just for people who are local. You're trying to expand your horizons a little bit. What got you interested in your club to begin with? Or what got you interested in Rotary to begin with?
Oh, well, okay. I was 34 years old, and someone came up to me and said, "You should come to a Rotary meeting." And I said, "What's Rotary?" Because I thought it was a lot of old men getting together to sing songs. Well, I was right about the song part, but Rotary turned out to be a collection of businessmen and businesswomen, as well as professionals, both active and retired, who all get together to do stuff, to do good things in the community and to do good things internationally. So at the time, though, I'm 34 years old. I'm married. I have a 3-year-old. I'm starting a brand new business. I didn't have the time for a service club. But the person who was talking to me said, "You're starting a brand new business. You should come and see who belongs to Rotary." And I thought, the first meeting I went to, there were over 80 people there. They were all the movers and shakers in Macomb County. And this is not a political organization or a religious organization, but the people who were there were real leaders. And I wanted to get to know them, and I wanted them to get to know me. So I thought, plus, I can call this a business thing, right? But then that aspect of doing good stuff. Like, what's the good stuff that they do? Yeah. Well, in my early years of being a Rotarian, I picked up trash, I planted gardens, I packed up food packages to deliver to homes, helped build a building. I just moved stuff around because I'm really not good at that. But there was also
for others, because
for others.
We don't build any monuments for the Rotary.
Yes, there is no building. Rotary doesn't own anything. It just helps other people. Yep. And I felt there was that little thing in the back of my head that says, from your mom, right? You need to be a good neighbor, and you need to give back. And so I had a 3-year-old at home, and I really wanted to model that behavior for my daughter. So again, it wasn't like I don't have time for Rotary, it was integrating what Rotary does into my life and my lifestyle. And the big thing for me, the real hook for me, was Rotary is an international club. 200 countries around the world. We are good neighbors all over the world. Yep. And I wanted my daughter to view the world as a neighborhood, not as some place that's over there that we don't have anything to do with. And since that time, I housed young adults from other countries who wanted to come in and look at business opportunities in the United States. I had a foreign exchange student when Emma was in high school, and she became a Rotary little sister. So not only did she have Shoko from Japan, she had 24 other foreign exchange students from all over the world that she interacted with. Since that time, she's all grown up now, but she speaks 3 languages, has lived in Thailand for a year, and right now she's planning an overseas trip. And you know what she's doing? She's calling the Rotary Club, because Rotarians are good neighbors.
And they want you to come to their meetings.
They want you
to come to their lunches and breakfast. Now, you touched on all the things that you do locally.
Yes.
But the big mission overall is what for this club?
Polio. The eradication of polio around the world. Now, many young people don't have a personal experience with polio.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. They don't know how debilitating it was. Yep. We had a polio epidemic in the 50s and 60s, and it comes on quickly, and it takes away people's ability to walk, to breathe. It's a disease that has been with us for centuries. There's history of it in Egypt, way back in the archives. So Rotary, since 1988, has taken on, the whole world has looked at polio to say, how can we eradicate polio around the world? And we are this close.
Yep.
There were only 40 cases reported this year around the world.
I know how proud you are with that.
Yes. So the fund that supports the eradication of polio is the Paul Harris Foundation, and that foundation has crossed over the 1 billion mark. It sends money to do the inoculations of polio throughout the world. Right now, it's primarily in Afghanistan and, war-torn countries, frankly. It's the only place where polio still exists. So we're getting in there and trying to get rid of it.
Okay, Lou, I know that you do many things for many people in the community as well as outside of the community. You want to tell us what your group does?
A lot of things are mirrored. Certainly we believe in bringing out the best in kids, our communities, and ourselves. And one of the foundation blocks of the Optimist is our Optimist Creed. And this is what what actually drew me first to the organization. We are also a worldwide organization, not as big as Rotary. We're the 4th largest in the world, but the Optimus Creed, these are words to live by. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. Those are just 2 of the tenets of our creed that, you know, if you live by those words, you will be a better person, and that comes through your actions. And as a club, we sponsor many local activities. We do an essay contest in the schools. We do an oratorical contest where kids can earn scholarship money, and they can also, many kids have learned that speaking is their passion. We've had...
Instead of a fear.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And we do a junior golf tournament every year where kids do a local tournament, then they can go to the state tournament, go to Florida for an international tournament, and win lots of scholarship money too. We do a really great event for the Childhood Cancer Campaign. We do contribute a lot of money to that for cancer research at Johns Hopkins Hospital. But we do a local project here every year that's called the Holiday Extravaganza. And I know you've stopped in to help us many times, Bob, where we partner with the Kids Kicking Cancer organization, and we give a huge party, including a DJ, food that's donated, face painting, crafts, all kinds of things. And it's for the kids that are suffering from cancer, their siblings, and their parents. And they all walk out with these huge gift baskets that's filled with things that they have said that they like. McLaren-Macomb Hospital has partnered with us every year and done an amazing job in helping to put all this together.
And don't you have something going with McLaren as far as a donation to their...
Yes, good thing that you reminded me of that. Yes, we donated back several years ago $50,000 to the Ted Wabi Cancer Hospital, and they have a special area there for children, and it's a special play area that has toys and it has books and all kinds of things. So when kids are waiting to get their treatment and their siblings, they can be occupied and have some fun.
And you're very quiet about that. And both organizations, as I said, don't build monuments to themselves. You build it for the kids. You build something in the park, like we did in Mount Clemens a couple times.
Definitely.
Now, tell us about when you meet and where you meet.
Oh, yes. We meet at the Concord Inn on Gratiot, just south of M59, which is the same place that you met, or that you meet. We meet actually in the evenings now. We used to meet at breakfast on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays. We meet at 7 p.m. there. So we were having breakfast. We started the club. I started the club back exactly 25 years ago.
We just had that party.
Just had our celebration party on Wednesday night. Bob was there, very nice. For 25 years, or almost 25 years, we met at breakfast. So now we're finding that the timing is a little better for our members to meet at night. So it's...
You know, I forgot about that too, because morning meetings are difficult for me.
Right.
Simply because of what I do for a living.
Yes.
So I will be able to get to more of your evening meetings, I promise.
Yes, you do. So, that's a really good thing.
And you also have the same location that we meet at now. We used to meet at the Zion Church in Mount Clemens for many years. The ladies there got to a point where it was difficult for them to continue serving the way they had, so we moved several different times. So tell us about our meeting times and what we do.
Well, we currently meet at the Concord Inn on Gratiot as well, and we're a lunch meeting, so we get together at 12 o'clock, but we are on our way at 1:30. And it's a weekly meeting. We are, however, going to be starting up an alternative night meeting once a month so that those people who can't really come to a lunch meeting all the time can attend a night meeting. And we've also opened up our membership so that if you have a company or a business or a profession where you want to be a Rotarian, but you can't come all the time, you can have up to 3 alternates that you can send to the meeting in your place. And that really has opened up the opportunity for a lot of businesses.
I think you're right. I think you're going to see a lot of people doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So you talked about how you got involved. Why did you start this club 25 years ago?
Well, one of the gentlemen from Royal Oak, who was going to be the governor, the state governor, we had a mutual friend. We met at a party, and he told me about the Optimist, and I had never heard about the Optimist before. But he gave me the Optimist Creed, and I said, wow, any organization that uses that as their foundation block, I'm in. Because at the time, I was a teacher, school administrator. I had a great love for kids and certainly care for the community. So that was it. So I helped start that club back in 1990. Since that time, our club has sponsored another 9 clubs. Those clubs have sponsored another 8 clubs. So, we have really spread out, and to the point where Macomb County is we've either built it ourselves as our child, or they're our grandchild built by somebody else. So, the expansion of Optimist clubs in different communities is just awesome, and it makes me so proud when I see what's happening in those communities. Roseville is very, very strong with over 100 members. St. Clair Shores, we built them, different ones in the area, and it makes me so proud. Eventually, I became the governor of the state for overseeing over 110 clubs just in the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. And 2 years ago, I was very proud to serve as an international vice president, where I oversaw 3 large areas, 3 districts, what we call them, in the United States, and 3 large districts in Canada. So, that was an amazing experience too. And next year I was asked to be on the International Membership Committee. So as a matter of fact, later on this week I'll be flying to St. Louis, and I'll be working with the other committees and helping with getting our new year started for the Optimist.
Wonderful. Chris, what are some of the activities coming up that the public may want to come to enjoy? Maybe our next party?
Well, our next party is going to be in April, and it will be at Siccaro's. And Mark Siccaro is actually the chairperson of it this year, so you know that the environment, the venue is going to be fantastic. The food is going to be fantastic. And Mark has decided that as our theme this year, we're going to do a political parody. So we will have a roast, we will have lots of donkeys and elephants, and we will have a very good time.
Oh, because it's an election year.
It's an election year.
And you know what? Some of those people out there running can probably just provide all the ammunition he needs.
See?
Unbelievable.
I know. It's
Good.
going to be very fun.
This is the first I've heard that was the thing. Good.
Yes. Well, it's just, you've inside scoop.
Yes.
So
Get prepared.
That's the big fundraiser that's coming up. But we are also a social club. So we have many events that we do. We go to plays, we go to the DSO, we have a euchre game coming up, bonfires, Oktoberfest. Just every month there's at least one social event, and we're working on. Oh, let me think.
There's been cruises the club has gone on as a group.
Yes, that's true. Yes, we're going on a cruise in, I believe, February, but I don't know, that hasn't been all finalized yet, but we'll be going on a cruise.
And you have a nice webpage that anyone who's interested could find out about any one of these things, the party, joining the club, how easy it is to join the club.
Yes.
We would love to have more people come. And Lou, the same thing for you. You have a webpage
Yes,
that folks
we do.
could go to
Yes.
and learn about the club, where to come. What events do we have coming up as far as fundraisers?
Well, fundraisers, we actually, we did make some money on our 25th celebration with ads and donations, which was very kind of our community. We normally have our Taste Fest in November, and we've decided that since we just had that, we're going to forego that and have it next year. And it's going to be a Taste Fest and Family Feud. So it'll be a lot of fun.
They don't just have parties. They have parties that are fun to go to.
Right.
And they're all thematic, too.
Right.
Just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We're prepping already for the holiday extravaganza. Of course, we'll be in the Macomb County Santa Parade, along with, we always invite all the other clubs in the area. We have our junior optimists that are going to be starting up real soon, actually in October. We sponsor 2 junior optimist clubs, one at the Rainbow Elementary School,
Yes.
and also at Parker Elementary School.
Well, you've kind of adopted those 2 schools anyway.
Yes, we have. We have. And certainly because I used to work at Clintondale, retired 12 years ago already. You know, we do have those ties. But we have, altogether, we've sponsored 5 junior optimist clubs in our 25-year history. And altogether, those clubs, the adult clubs that we've sponsored, have sponsored 13 junior optimist clubs. So, and it's so wonderful to see kids learn about volunteerism at such a young age, and they love it. They love to get together. They love to do things for their school,
Yep.
love to do things for the community, and you know, it just warms my heart to see that, because I think I wish I had that when I was a young person, you know, to be able to join an organization like that. So it's very exciting to see.
What I have to do now is to talk about a club that's not represented here today, except I am a member of the Clinton Township Goodfellows. The Clinton Township Goodfellows, they have one mission, and that is no child without a Christmas. That's it. They don't meet very often. And there is a web page. The president of the club was unable to make it today, so I'm sort of filling in for him. They have a spaghetti dinner, and that's coming up in October, I think October 23rd, and that's going to be at the Mirage. Johnny DiGiuseppe from the Mirage, as well as Vincent Joe's, is paying for the whole thing. So this year, instead of having to pay for the food items, Johnny's taking care of the people, and Vincent Joe's is donating all the food, so they'll make a little bit more money. But that organization serves over 1,000 children in this community alone, and then also some of our hospitals every single year. With that group, it's a little different than the other 2 groups here, and the other 2 that we talked about earlier, is many people, including myself, who belong to that group were serviced by the group when they were children. Now, in my case, my parents were married when they were 20. I was born when they were 21. My brother was born when they were 22. My sister was born when they were 24. We didn't have a lot of extra money. And I look back and I see some of the things that the Goodfellows do and give to families, and I remember now, that's where my parents got some of the things that we got. And a lot of the people who are in that group remember similar type stories. And it wasn't an uncommon thing back then for people coming back. My dad was a serviceman, came back from the war. His brother had just been killed. He got married right away. That was very common, and started the family. That's just more the norm.
Right.
So that's the Goodfellows. And they do have a webpage, so if you are interested in joining the Goodfellows, for the spaghetti dinner or for the toy packing, which is just a riot. It's so much fun. So I'm proud to belong to all 3 groups, as well as the base that many people belong to. And I want our public to know, and those who are watching today to know, how much I appreciate these 2 women and the other groups and the other volunteers. But what you see here today is exactly how they are all the time. And that's why we love them both. So your last chance to talk about your great group. Today, we're going to do
Today, okay. Oh, good. What I am looking forward to with Rotary as we go forward in the next year is to expand our reach into our young people. Rotary does have a fantastic foreign exchange program. They also have leadership programs that can be mirrored or can be available to elementary school, middle-age schools, and high school students. So in the next coming years, I'd like to see more expansion in that area. And also in upcoming years, I am the old lady in the room. Rotary is 95. Mount Clemens Rotary is 95 years old.
It is.
It will be 100 years old in 5 years. And it's true, the name of our club is Mount Clemens Rotary, but when you think of 1920, we still service the entire region. So, so it's a very exciting thing to be part of a club that has sustained every single year. They have done good works and provided funds for people during the Depression, and during the recession, people still came out, still gave money. It's amazing what happens when you ask.
It is. And Lou, 25 proud years.
Yes, 25 years, and we are strong and mighty. We also always look for more members, because the more members we have, just like Rotary, the more you have, the more you can do.
The more you can do, exactly.
So, but you know, I want to thank you, and I know that Chris feels the same way. Bob, you are so wonderful to be part of all these organizations in the township too.
It's something that I love doing.
Well,
I feel like I could do even more, but there's only so many hours in a day.
Right, you've got to.
You know the story about my dad when he passed away.
I wanted you to tell that. Yes, please.
My dad died at a very young age, unfortunately, and he left 2 things for me. And I didn't even know that he was in the club. He left me the Optimist Creed. And it's an old thing that hangs on my wall in my office. And when I told the story a number of years back when we were doing something, and I think people thought I was kind of fooling. I had people come into my office the next day to make sure that it was hanging on the wall. And it is. And I know that, I guess I learned from my dad a long time back that volunteering was good, even though he didn't have a lot of extra time, and he had all these kids to try to raise, and then he got sick and died early. But yes, it was having somebody there. And I have 4 children, and now I have grandchildren, and I want them to see, as you did with your daughter, that there is a bigger good for all of us. And a common theme is to help people out. So my kids were raised going to events, going to different things that we put on.
Yes.
So thanks. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, we're going to end the show today, but you have 5 different groups here in Clinton Township in Macomb County that you can look at, join, participate in the activities, and believe me, volunteering in these groups is well worth it. And coming out and supporting the events, we need you. Thank you for watching today. I'm Bob Cannon, Clinton Township Supervisor.